Credit card lenders use credit score along with other factors to decide whether to approve you and also what interest rate charge for you. So that is why several card holders and several people who want to borrow money have been thinking of ways to get approved for credit card with bad credit. So today we're going to be discussing about this, and if this is your first time of being in this channel, my name is Maverick and I'm going to be your tutor for today. So let's discuss about this topic, and I'm very certain that by the time you're done, you'll be able to get the best knowledge concerning this kind of situation. Now, when you apply for loans or lines of credit, it's normal for the lenders to, try to check out your credit score and see if you are eligible to be approved for your credit card. And a lot of people do have bad credit because of several reasons, which we're going to discuss here. Now, a score of 600 to 850 is a good one, while a score of 300 to 580 is considered poor. Because the moment you have something 580 and less to 300, it's a poor credit score, which give you less chances of being approved by any credit card lender. So talking about how to get approved for a card, we're going to start with that, and we also move to some other aspects of this tutorial. Let's discuss about how you can get approved for a card, even if you have a bad credit. The first one is by applying for a secure credit card. With a secure credit card, you have one of the best options with bad credit. That said, this card comes with a caveat. You have to put down a security deposit before you'll be able to use the card. Also, in many cases, your line of credit will be equal to the deposit that you put down. So what this means is that if you make a $100 deposit, you will receive a secure credit card with a $100 credit limit. So with this way, you will be able to use a credit card. And once you have a secure credit card, make sure to make on-time payments each month and avoid exceeding your credit limit. That is the problem with a lot of card holders. Even if they get their secure credit card, they will still not make payments on time. So you have to make sure that you make payments each month and avoid exceeding your credit limit. Also, if you want to build your credit score and graduate from a secured card to an unsecured card, you will need to prove that you can manage small amount of credit responsibly. It matters less how much credit you have and how well you use your available credit. Now let's talk about the advantage of this. The first one is the access to credit, which can otherwise be difficult for those with low credit score or no credit history. So if you're the kind of person that you have a low credit score or bad credit, or your credit history is very bad after an inquiry has been made, then this is a good option for you because you can have access to credit and you can use this also make payments and make purchases. With a secure credit card, you can also build your credit score through responsible credit use. If you are able to turn a new leaf and you want to build a good credit score, you can use this to build your good credit score, because the moment you apply for a credit, you can keep settling your debt, and with that, your credit history and your report will keep advancing. Also, some secure cards allow you to earn rewards on purchases. Although not all cards does this, but few secure cards allows you to earn credits on purchases. Talking about the disadvantage of secure credit cards, you are required to make a security deposit. Oh yes, there is an extra fee that is needed for you to make a security deposit compared to an unsecured card that you don't have to make a secured deposit. You also need to offer a low credit limit, usually equal to your deposit. Just like I said, if you make a deposit of $100, then your credit limit also will be $100. So that is something a little bit low, because if you are the kind of person that you want to spend more, then this is not really a good one for you. However, because you have a bad credit, you have to bear the consequence. Also, when it comes to secure credit cards, they charge high interest rates, making it expensive to carry a balance on your card. But however, it's still a good option since you still have access to credit, and with this way, you'll be able to build your credit score. Let's talk about the second way which you can use to get credit even with a bad credit, which is by becoming an authorized user on someone else's credit card. It's a good thing if you have someone that has a good credit score and with a good credit report. You can use such a person's credit card by becoming an authorized user on such person's credit card. Meaning, if you want to build your credit score without having to be responsible for your whole line of credit, you will consider this by becoming an authorized user on someone else's credit card. The person can be your spouse, your friend, or probably a member of your family. Being an authorized user means you can use this card to make purchases, but you don't have to apply for it using your name or credit history. Becoming an authorized user is a great way to piggyback on a spouse's or parents' good credit habit. So if you're the person that uses their credit cards responsibly, your credit score will also go up. Now, what does this mean, in case you're kind of confused? The thing is that many credit card issuers report authorized users' accounts to the 3 credit bureaus, which are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So when the primary user makes an on-time payment, it gets recorded as an on-time payment in your credit report as well, because you are an authorized user. You can also benefit from the primary user's credit utilization ratio and length of credit history. So building a good reputation by the credit user is also a good reputation to you who is an authorized user. So if someone you trust is willing to make you an authorized user, and the person trusts you very well and you also trust the person, you can suggest that they add you to their reward credit card. This way, you'll be able to build your credit report and you stand more chances of being able to become approved for a valuable credit card in the future. Now, in case you're wondering why I said you should tell any person you trust with a credit card to, add you to their reward credit card, it's because authorized users earn rewards on every qualifying purchase. So together with the person, you can also get more points added to your credit record. The advantage of becoming an authorized user is that you build credit without being responsible for your own credit card. Because this way, you're using it to build your reputation and your credit records keep getting interesting and responsible. You can also get started with this even if you have no credit history. Oh yes, there are several parents that also include their kids as an authorized user, because this way they are building a good reputation for their kids. So in case their kids want to get a loan or probably get a credit card in the future, it becomes more easier for such a kid to get approved. So this way you can also get started even if you have no credit history. That is why parents can add their teens as an authorized user to give them a credit building head start. Talking about the disadvantage of the authorized user, although the disadvantage is not really that strict, it's only strict if the card user doesn't report authorized user's account to the credit bureau, so your credit score will not improve. So if the credit card issuer doesn't report you as an authorized user to the credit bureaus, your credit score will not have any effect, so you should take note of that. And also, if the primary card holder pays late or default, that can reflect negatively on your credit history as an authorized user, or you may even go down the mark. So it's better that if there's any credit card owner that you want to partner with as an authorized user, you should make sure that such a person is making payments as at when due. Since both you and the primary user are drawing from the same line of credit, you also need to check in with each other to ensure that you aren't overspending your shared credit limit. Now, you should also trust the person, but try as much as possible to check if such a person is not overspending your shared credit limit, because that can also cause a dispute between the two of you. Talking about the third method that you can use to get approved for a credit card with bad credit is that you can try a store card. If you are wondering how to get a credit card with a bad credit, the answer may be as close as your nearest checkout lane, because retail credit cards tend to have more lenient application requirements than several other types of credit cards, which means that you might be able to qualify for a store credit card even if you have bad credit. Unlike secured cards, you won't need to make a cash deposit to open a retail store card, which is a plus. So compared to a secured card, whereby you have to make payment for security deposit, with a retail store card, you don't have to make any cash deposit because the security is free. The advantage of this is that it's generally easy for you to get approved for a retail store card. You don't have to stress yourself much. It's easy. Walking up to a retail store outlet can easily get this done. And also, some retail cards offer a substantial discount on your first purchase and reward for future purchases. So you earn more rewards just by using this card also. Also, this retail store card can help you to build credit when you use responsibly. So if you're the kind of person that you want to build your score just like we said, you can use this to build your score, because the moment you are paying on time, you stand more chances of your credit score increasing and your credit report will look more interesting. The disadvantage of this is that it has high interest rate, because you're using it to make payment from retail outlets and all that. So the high interest rate is what scares a lot of people from this credit card. And also, you are limited as to where you can use retail store cards to make purchases. You can't just use this card anywhere. You are limited to where you can use them, which can be a huge drawback to several card holders. Talking about the final method that you can use to request for a credit card with bad credit, you can apply for a credit card specifically designed for poor credit. There are several credit cards out there that are specifically designed for those who have a poor credit record. Some of these cards are secured credit cards, but others are standard credit cards that you will be able to access without having to put down a security deposit. And examples of this type of credit cards are Navy Federal Credit Union and Reward Secured Credit Card. We also have the Tomo Credit Card. We have the Open Sky Secured Visa Credit Card. We have the Discover Hit Secured Credit Card. We also have the Credit One Bank Platinum Visa for rebuilding your credit history, and Bank of America Customized Cash Reward Security Credit Card. I have a tutorial concerning this, which talks about my 7 best credit cards for rebuilding bad credit. You can check out the video. I will link to it in the video description. Probably it can also help you out in case you want to learn more about this credit card and using it to build your credit report. Credit cards for people with bad credit tend to have low credit limits, but if you use your card responsibly, you can start working your way towards good credit. And the amazing thing is that you can even get upgraded to a better credit card. So, you can use any of this card that I talked about, the Navy Federal Credit Union, or the Tomo Credit Card, or the Open Sky, Discover It, Credit One Bank, and Bank of America Customized Cash Reward Security Credit Card. You can apply for any one of them and easily get started with even a bad credit. You can check the video just like I said. I will link to it in the video description, so you can use it to learn more about this. The advantage of this is that you have access to credit without a security deposit, because sometimes those security deposits can be too expensive for you to undo. And also you can build your credit score through responsible credit use. If you use this method, you can use it to build your credit score, because now you've turned a new leaf and you are now paying your dues on time. And also you have the potential to graduate a better credit card after demonstrating responsible use, because the moment that the bureau sees that you are now paying your debt on time and your credit issuer sees that you are paying on time, this is a good credit record, and with that, other card issuers can easily just lend you money without any problem. And this way, you get your limits to increase, which give you more high purchasing power. And you earn more reward on purchases with this card compared to security cards, whereby you might not be able to earn rewards. The bad side of this is just that there is a low credit limit, making it difficult to finance large purchases on your card. But that is not really that bad, since you're also having a bad credit, so you should be able to bear the consequence, because you will not have high credit limits that will make you make high purchases. You will only be limited to few purchases, which should be able to settle some debt. Also, you stand a little bit of chance of getting a high interest rate on some cards if it's a security card, but there are some cards that doesn't have much of an interest rate, just like the Navy Federal Credit Union. And if you're the kind of person that you spend more than you can pay for, you have the potential to rack more debt with this, because they are more like helping you. So if they loan you some money and you still go ahead and still spend without paying back, then your credit score will keep decreasing, which will keep hurting your lending power and your credit record the more. This is what I have for you concerning how you can get approved for credit card with bad credit. My final verdict is that you try as much as possible to build a good credit record, because this way it helps you to keep increasing your credit limit and also help you to build a good reputation in the eye of the card issuers and lenders. That's why you see some people that are able to go as high as applying for a credit limit of $5,000 and above. If you have a good credit score, you'll be able to get approved for $10,000 credit limit and more. But with a bad credit score, it will only keep limiting you to be able to get approved for credit card. I hope this video has been helpful. If it is, can you make sure that you hit the red subscribe button? And also, if you know several ways also to get approved for a credit card with bad credit, you can let us know in the comment box, as it will help other people to make the best decision for themselves. Make sure that you hit the red subscribe button, because I talk about credit cards in this channel, so you can be the first person to be notified whenever we drop new tutorials like this concerning credit cards right here on this channel. Thank you very much for your time. Peace and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.